Hey, what's up, guys? Don't ask where I've been, so let's go ahead forward here. Going over another issue of GI Combat. Look how cool the title is. Simple but effective. This is the infamous issue where the Jigsaw Tank, the infamous Jigsaw Tank, which I think the Hornet Tank should have stayed, personally, because it would explain why this crew was able to destroy German heavy panzers left and right, but apparently it was not popular with the readership. Right? That crazy 70s thing where you have, particularly, you had covers where you had word balloons. They kind of disappeared by the mid 80s, but and it's funny too. There was a video I was watching, part of it anyway. But it's, the guy's a tank guy. He was describing this Jigsaw Hornet tank. He was going over the logistics of it, and it was interesting. He was mentioning, yeah, he was gonna edit. He edited the video for YouTube because you have, of course, you have a certain symbol that is on the German weapons that's very offensive, but then you have another thing which is the Hornet tank that always flew the battle flag of the Anyway, let me start going through it once again. Great Sam Glansman, Bob Kanigher. Real quick, I always liked these little, was it Twinkies? I used to have these things here. Batman and the Mummy. The Mummy has captured the professor and his beautiful daughter. Great Cheops. They violated the tomb of his ancestors and he wants revenge. I'll roll this 2-ton stone. They'll never get out alive. Well, Batman, I would be like, yo, they violated the tomb of his ancestors, right? So, mind your business. You know me. I'm the evil guy that takes the side of the mummy in all the horror films. Even my special mummy ray gun won't stop. Oh, this is the campy Batman stuff. Well, you can't kill a mummy, you stupid asshole. Anyway, and of course, they got him with the Twinkies. Right? Oh, I've been around for 2,000 years. I never tasted anything so good. Yeah, okay, all right. So, things Batman and Robin. We're gonna desecrate more traditions and things that, have no respect for. Anyway, enough. I just waste time. A tank is born. Right? A battle shocker. You know, once again, the great Sam Glansman. You know, was crazy. Like this is what I'm talking about. Right? Robert Kanigher, the Hornet Tank, in the '70s. Right, the sweet spot of comics, in my opinion. Okay, where you still had you didn't have much. Oh, the British guys weren't here yet to give you mature storytelling, right? It's like, no, man, fuck those guys. You had amazing, crazy American comic writers doing crazy stories like this where they come around and they find one of their mates blown up and they don't know what blew it up, and you have the French here, right? You already have character, this crazy like Ahab type character, right? And I think they got rid of the patchwork tank because it was kind of hard to draw. Sam Glansman was used to drawing tech, and you have like this weird tank that they built. Right? But like I say, I like the Jigsaw tank because it gives you that craziness factor where you have this allied tank crew with this tank that nobody else has, and it makes sense. They can blow up, tiger tanks with this bigger gun. Right? Anyway, I remember this. It's like, yo, what's happening is nothing. I can't scheme to score a decent job. You know how it goes. No tech skills, no good job. I just can't see going back to school, right? Right? Yeah, electronics. So is the answer. Oh, remember Apex Tech? Does any? Nah, no one remembers Apex Tech. Let me show. So I'm like, oh, toxic masculinity. These comic book nerds. This is when like regular kids read comics. So like, hey, I want to be a muscle dude, bro. Is it? So you got the craziness here going through. Now, like I said, this is the issue where this tank is finally destroyed. Right? And I like this here. What is it? You just rack them up, Gus. I'll slam them into the side pocket. Hey, if your head swells any bigger, Rick, there won't be enough room for you in this can. So finally, Look at this. The tank is blown up, and the friggin' guys take the gun, and they destroy the Messerschmitt with the help of this French, this little French boy that turns out to be travesti. Yeah, you're a girl, right? And you're not scared stiff of fighting. Perhaps because I was named after Jean, right? Joan of Arc. You're a good soldier, Jean. The best and the prettiest. Hey, how old is... You don't want to hear the stories I've heard of American soldiers in France, okay? Bragging about raping French women. The people they're trying to liberate anyway. So now the tank is destroyed, but they have another tank. And this is something I didn't know. It's a Pershing. Now this is, obviously this is not realistic at all. There's no Pershing tanks at this point where they're in France, right? They don't come till the end when they're in Germany, right? So they just take this Pershing tank, right? We lost one, we got us a new one. Okay, I'm sure there's no problems with the brass, or the supply or anything. I like to go. How about a name for our new baby? The Hornet tanks was a jinx, right? What about Jean? She helped us. No, name the tank after your own girlfriend. Well, since these are actually good dudes, they're not gonna do what some of the 82nd Airborne did. From stories I've heard from friends and family. So that's cool because the girl's father he wants to avenge the boat that was lost, right? And then you find out what took out the tank in the beginning. It was a U-boat. It's always funny too how the color scheme, all the German weapons are all purple. Right? Look, the Bible, Joe Kubert, like that. Actually, I remember seeing this, the most spectacular stories ever told from the Bible, right? I guess probably the Old Testament these guys would be very familiar with. Just saying. And look how cool, listen, look how cool cool the 70s were, man. The Joker. I remember I had the trade paperback of this. It's actually cool. They actually had the villain become like the main character, and it was cool. The Joker series. It was funny. It was campy. Danny O'Neill wrote it, and it was also, you saw the rivalry. Okay, you saw the Joker. None of these guys were working together. The Joker was usually fighting the other Rogues Gallery people. As much as he was fighting Batman. Right? There's Justice Incorporated. I'm not familiar with that, but Claw, the world trembles before the blade of Claw. So you got all this, Conan stuff. You got the mystery comics, right? Because you can't say horror. Richard Dragon, Kung Fu Fighter. Oh, Beowulf, Dragon. Say, look at this. Look, dude, come on. So now you want to see a Persian tank have a duel with a U-boat that shoots a torpedo. Right. And bam, they take the U-boat out. Right. And that's it. And now this is interesting because eventually they get a Sherman, but apparently the Hornet tank had a Pershing at some point, right? So, and they called it the Hornet tank too. So I didn't even know that. I thought they went right to a M4. The British called it a Sherman. Americans didn't call it a Sherman, right? But they went to a Pershing tank, which didn't last too long. So, but that was the Hornet. Fun, lots of fun, crazy, anachronistic. The 70s, man. And they had one backup story. This is before G.I. Comic becomes like a bigger comic. And all I remember is, get your CDL. You always have a job. So, get your CDL. But this is a cool story here where you got this asshole American dude. And you actually, for the first time in one of these war comics, you have a happy ending. The crouch slipped up behind me. All right, yeah. Okay, finally the good guys win. Oh, anyway, just kidding. Remember what today is. Today is the sacred day. Okay, where D-Day. Okay, which is funny because now I start to see that it seems to be a little less in the news because it's all dying off. Most people don't care. But the whole D-Day thing, I remember in the 90s, they really, really started pushing like Newsweek was it Tom Brokaw, like the greatest generation, right? D-Day. That was like the huge thing. Like, it was the only fucking battle that ever happened, you know. And it was leftists who would bring up, oh, the bigger battles were in the East and all that. But it's just funny that today, 79 years ago, the greatest contribution, at least in our minds, of D-Day are the memes, right? Of where these dudes, if they saw what the hell their country would have become, those dudes would have been going the other way, going the other way and joining the other side, or the one like, I guess speaking German wouldn't be so bad, next to having I can't say it. Let me not get into that, right? And right, make war no more. I should have had that back then. Actually, most Americans didn't want war back then. Anyway, so the craziness of GI combat. Let's try to get some more videos out, and then we'll see what you guys think. So my buddy James is I'll see him in about 10 days. There's a lot of stuff going on that I can't mention, but we'll try to make some more videos for you. So, all right, later.